just not doing justice with the ball in hand. Both teams now just counter-punching here and just seeing who makes a mistake in their half. So far, Kenya made a lot of mistakes that have gone unpunished by Uganda in their own half.
Retreat!
As the ping pong just continues here. This time they elect to run it, but the pass is wild, goes to Deck. Ref says play on, and just benefited from that, and is off to the races here, taking on his men, has 2 men to beat. Third man goes in, he will need his support to arrive squad. Wahinya just being there on time. Patience is required here from the Simbas. They're in prime territory here, just 18 meters away there. Looks like a turnover. Spilling the ball in contest there. Andy Cole on debut, just spilling the ball, and Uganda survived that one and recover it. Another chance goes begging for the Simbas when they're in prime territory, 10 meters from Crane's try line.
The Kenyans using that opportunity, 4 meters out of the Ugandan try line.
5 meters away from the try line, of course. Another chance gone begging there for the Kenya Simbas, putting that down to a very staunch defensive line from the Ugandans. These two sides.
They had a good scramble defense on that one, because really Timothy Omela was all gone.
Now on this attack, the previous attack, Aaron Offerworth doing so well to keep the ball in play, eventually clearing the lines. But here is a break from the Kenya Simbas. That is Timothy Omela from the Menengai Oilers running straight at the Ugandans. There was an opportunity. Brian Wahinya was alone at that ruck, but well done there for the Kenya Simbas, protecting that precious little bit of possession, recycling the ball and eventually losing the ball forward. But here's another grand opportunity, a penalty just a couple of meters away from the 22-meter area. Looking for touch. The Kenya Simbas find touch successfully. It's time now for a maul.
Yes, first of the game. I mean, it's obvious that that's one of the options they have from this line-out. And just, first opportunity you get in a line-out short of your opponent's try line, you look to maul it and just test to see if it's a weapon that you can use for the rest of the game. And I think that's why you see all in from the Simbas in this line-out.
Well, the line-out has a few faces. You have to feed the ball in straight, contestable. Kenyans go to the tail of their line-out. The ball is perfectly set. Time now to rumble forward. Ugandans with Elifazamong. You can see Elifazamong coming round and not going through the required gate. An advantage play there for the Kenya Simbas. Walter Okoth with a big carry, shagging and shrugging off the Uganda defensive line. The Kenya lose it forward yet again. Lucky enough for them, they had an advantage, a penalty advantage from that infringement from the line out. Most definitely, they'll be going back for that route yet again.
Yeah, really hate Masusi just looking for his options before the ball arrived, and took his eye off the ball and just led to that knockout. Kenya Simbas just need to be patient here. They have survived quite a bit, not being punished for the mistakes they made in their own half. This is one of the few times that they have come back into Uganda's territory, the 22. And electing just to go for the same move, a retake of the line-out, a retake of the maul. The previous line-out, we saw them not shoving at the first instance, just to ensure that there is no sack of that line-out, which is a good tactic. And then now starting to rumble from there.
The Ugandans are waiting, the Kenyans definitely knowing that they'll be going for that shove at the line-out time. And a maul that is moving forward. Ugandans looking to defend this one, but it is a try.
And indeed, Kenya Simbas going over the whitewash for the second try of the game. Really looking at it, it was coming. Warning signs were there from the first maul. Kenya Simbas successful in that one. Cranes just trying to slow down this one, attempting a sack at the first time that Kenya got the line out, but Kenya were wise to it, not taking the shaft quite early. And when they started going, it was just a matter of time before Kingston Bisonga goes down over the whitewash for Kenya's second try. Good reward. Confident call there to go for the line out instead of the 3 points, and they are well rewarded. Simbas are well rewarded. Now slowly but surely putting a distance between themselves and their opponents. Another two to come from Timothy Omela as he attempts the conversion. Sails it high into the skies and flags go up. Additional 2 points. Really clinical in those kicks for posts. Something that the Uganda kickers will be envious about, missing 3 penalties. But in this case, just seeing Kenyans being patient in that scrum, in that maul, slowly and surely making yardage, and finally they have a weapon that they can utilize for the rest of the game. Euphorious with a restart for Ugandans. Cranes as they chase this 12-0 lead by Kenyans. And Wahinya just immediately sending them back into their half with an exit kick. Good attack there from Tamuel, and now they are well into Kenya's half. Good face of play there as he cut through.
Conrad
Wanyama just cut through Kenya's defense.
Hint of an overlap here for the Ugandans if they shift this ball, but covered there by the Kenyans. Now that is a glimpse of what Conrad Wanyama is able to do, just slicing through that defensive line, the Kenyan Simba's defensive line, and a big clearance there by Eliphaz Among. Former teammates at Kabras Sugar now meeting for their respective national teams. Uganda on the attack. Conrad back to Eliphaz. Eliphaz looking to empty the tank in this first half. Referee asks the players to roll away. Aaron to Pius Ogena. Big carry through there. Aaron playing scrum of duty. Usually a scrum of for the national team, and finding himself there. Sentenza well handled by the Kenya Simbas. The base of the ruck is Conrad Wanyama. Uganda looking for that opportunity to catch the Kenyans offside and play from there. Quick ball shifted to the outside channels. There goes Joseph. Beg your pardon, number 13 for the Ugandans. Thomas Gwokto, another Ugandan 7th player, now playing straight with the Uganda Cranes, the 15-a-side team. Aaron Offerworth to Eliphaz. Eliphaz once again. Eliphaz has had an opening half. He's had really a good opening half in terms of the carries, taking Uganda forward. There goes Aaron Offerworth taking matters into his own hands. Referee playing an advantage, the one the Ugandans have been asking and waiting for. Ball is launched into the air. Ugandans successfully get their ball at the base of that truck. Pius Ogena looking to take Uganda forward, making their foray into the 5-meter area of the Kenya defensive line. The Kenyans short on the outside channels. Walter Okoth tackling high. Referee playing yet another advantage. 2 advantages. Now time for the referee to have a few words. A quickly tapped penalty. No waiting for the Ugandans, and a double blast for the referee. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, you have to admire how Uganda Cranes have come back into this one. They have upped the ante. You know, they have just taken the game some few more miles per hour faster. And at the end of it all, Kenya's defense just being caught flat-footed, being caught in 6s and 7s, gaps opening, and whenever Uganda players just straighten through, it becomes a big deal for the Kenyan defense. At the end of it, three successive advantages being played for penalties. It was a risky time for the Kenyans, and at the end of it all, a yellow card for repeated infringement. I mean, those were almost like 12 faces by the Cranes, just showing how adept they are at ball retention, ensuring that as they go into contact, they are able to secure their racks, and also the speed at which they bring the ball from the racks makes Kenya's not being able to just realign in defense. As they carry it to the right there, and this one looks like a try. And indeed it is. Strong carry there from the base of that scrum. Pius Ogena goes over for Uganda's first try. It was always coming. Ever since Kenya scored that second try, Uganda have come out guns blazing, pinning Kenya back, playing fast rugby, playing very clinical rugby. Just look at the way he stepped back, left Walter there in 2 minds, and there was no cross-cover defense. Kenyan back row caught napping there. Jinson Misoga, Andy Cole and George Nyambua not alive to that cutback from Pius Ogena. Uganda hit 5.
Well, it had to take a few penalties for Uganda to actually land the first try. They've really missed a lot of points in this first half. One would really wonder what it would have been if they had converted all the opportunities as the conversion sails through for the Ugandans. Bring the score, ladies and gentlemen, to Kenya. Simbas 12, Uganda Cranes 7.
Finally, the Cranes have a kicker. That's the third one, Shakim Sembusi, and he was successful with that conversion.
Yeah, I'm the kicker.
Cannot take a break from this one. That was just some fantastic display of rugby by Uganda, and they're right back into this game.
Definitely right back, as you say. Tap back into play. Remember, Kenya down to 14. Brian Wahinya looking for Wilward Mususi.
Roll away, Black.
Being carried through the middle there. There's something about these forwards. They just throw their weight around to you. And there's an intercept ball taken there by the Ugandans. That's a lucky break. It was either a yellow card or the intercept.
Yes, it was all or nothing for him. Just lucky that he was able to curtail Kenya's attack.
That was Joseph Aredo, former Kenya Harlequins, of course, now playing for the Uganda Cranes. Uganda playing in their own half, 10 meters away from the halfway line. Joseph Aredo passing it out to Eliphas. Eliphas finding out the outside man. Gwokto on the attack. Gwokto looking for the outside man. And passing it back to number 14 of the Ugandan side. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Shakim Sembusi. Senteza, big carry there. And well met by Eugene Sifuna, repulsing that attack from the Ugandans. They had an overlap and opting to go high.
Yeah, and he just took a predetermined move.
But there you go. The numbers still in the picture for the Ugandans. Big bump off there for the Ugandans. Uganda looking to take a quick tap and play as they continue this attacking opportunity. Referee calling play back to the initial infringement. That is an advantage play for the Ugandans. The referee will be giving a penalty to the Ugandans. Indiscipline, Tioli. Indiscipline is what is really muffling and making sure that the Kenyans are not away from the Ugandans in this.
Yeah, and the Ugandans, credit to them, they have come into this game, their confidence is up, they've realized that they're able to take on Kenya's defense. They're doing quite a number of moves. You know, you see them carrying it short, taking it wide. They are good with their hands, and suddenly Kenya's defense is being tested. They just been able to survive these attacks, but as it goes on this way, they will just have too much to do.
Because really, as you've rightly pointed it out, there is so many penalties that are being given to the Ugandans, and this is one of those areas that you cannot play with in terms of awarding opportunities to the opponents. And here you go, having known that they are 15 versus 14, they're definitely looking to pull in the forwards and of course play on the outside channels. That means the Kenya Simbas will have to either play 7 v8 at scrum time, or they'll have to pull in a backline player to come and fill the scrum so that they're not shoved and give away those penalties that they're giving away. So it's an opportunity for the Ugandans.
Victor, watch this side.
Kenya has opted clearly in the picture to go with a 7v8 lineup, and that means the Ugandans have sort of an opportunity to go at this round. But it's time for us to see what they're made of. And there you go, the Ugandans making good of that threat. Shifting the ball back to the midfield and a clear run. And a clear run for the Ugandans.
Thomas Gwokto slicing through Kenya's defense on a cutback move there. He came in short and goes unattended to all the way to score Uganda's second try. I mean, they're deserving of this try. They have exhibited some confidence, some strong play, some decisive play. Just looking back at that, the forwards with just a show of hands and coming in at a cutback. Thomas goes all the way center post try. Very popular try here for the Ugandans who have come to watch their team. Kenya just struggling with the seam being there. As you can see, short on numbers. That means that the defenders are always looking over their back. And this is a match that we were looking for. This is just typical of a Kenya versus Uganda derby. For of just the inside defenders unable to put in their shoulders on that one. Wahinya just left scrolling on the ground there. And Uganda are just right back into this. Kenya have it to do all in the second half.
Behind the kicker.
Barry Young kicking us off as Uganda hit the front of this match for the first time, having trailed at 12-0 at some point. They hit the front 14-12. Kenyans know they have something in their hands to play for here.
Well, there is a game, as you rightly pointed it out. Kenyans giving the Ugandans an opportunity once, twice, thrice. And that exactly means that the Kenyans were definitely going to fall back at some point, and Uganda making true of their threat and going over for that try that takes them into the lead.
It's the pace at which the Cranes are playing the game right now that is testing the Simbas and just making their defense not being able to realign fast enough. They are keeping their racks very fast and they're utilizing the numbers out wide. I like just the way they are able to vary their attack right at the center. Strong carries from their forwards. Just being able to ensure that Kenyans have no opportunity to call in numbers to realign their defense. Definitely one team that is finishing this game with momentum, the Uganda Cranes. As we take a break in play, one of the Uganda Cranes players is down, injured and being attended to. A good opportunity, even just as we go into the halftime, for Kenya Simbas to just look at what they need to do better. You see on your camera there, Joseph Aredo getting some treatment and is back up, back into the fray. Emery starting there with a line out over the top ball to
retreat.
Barry, who just spins.
Number 5, stay.
Elects to go into Uganda's 22. Successful call there by Joseph. Holds it on the mark. Just gives his team a breather.
Yes, we're good to go. We've got 15 seconds to play.
Tinashe just sharing some information about timings there. They can't put it out without Kenya getting an opportunity to attack.
This will be the last movement. Gentlemen, this will be the last movement.
Kenya have an opportunity here just to finish strongly. If they can even take a penalty out of the next phases of play, they can close this half strongly, going into the ascendancy, but they have to get this set piece right.
Stay!
Good retention there by Silungi.
Number 4, offside.
Barry with a carry there. Already advantage being played for Simbas. Charles Uhuru being penalized for being offside from that phase of play. And they look to go back for the penalty, which gives Simbas the opportunity to go for the posts or go for the line out. They had a successful maul earlier on in the game. As you can see there, it is something that they can utilize. Very few visits. I mean, equal in terms of visits into the opponent's 22 there by both teams. But now Kenya with an opportunity for the line out and the maul.
The line out over there. Yes. 10 meters.
This has to be very clinical, very accurate. Another move, just moving the ball out to Walter Okofi.
Roll away.
As a strong carry in the middle of the park, in the middle of field. That was a forward any day. And that brings to a halt this first half, you will think. And indeed, Tinashe Kamwenje, referee from Zimbabwe, calls it halftime as Uganda Cranes lead 14-12. And Kenyans at home in Nairobi, all to do in the second half as we go into the break.
No, it was like there was no chance.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is halftime. Join us for the round. The halftime score, Uganda Cranes 14.
This is NTV.
Get ready for the Kiddies Cultural Festival this 9th and 10th of November at Carnival Gardens, Nairobi. 2 whole days filled with fun, laughter, and cultural magic await. Step into a world of creativity with jewelry making, henna art, and hands-on crafts that will spark your imagination. Are you ready to shine? Take the stage with Kiddie Karaoke and show off your best moves in our dance challenges. For the adventure seekers, bounce to your heart's content on bouncy castles or challenge your friends in thrilling arcade games. And when you need a break, head over to a kiddie barbecue to refuel, perfect for all the little explorers. Tickets are just 300 shillings for kids aged 3 to 17 and 600 shillings for adults. Want to join us on both days? Grab a season ticket, only 500 shillings for kids and 1,000 shillings for adults. Get your tickets now on kenyabus.com. Come celebrate diversity, make new friends, and create unforgettable memories. Don't miss out.
This is the comfort of a mom's hug. Nahi ni Molfix Pants Comfort that feels just like a mom's hug. Babies play around and then, oops, Molfix ina absorb like whoop. Imagine haiwezi leak in 50 different movements. Makofi to both babies and Molfix. Renewed Molfix, ultimate quality.
Molfix is renewed. Improved Molfix quality, now in blue package.
Babies play around and then, oops, Molfix ina absorb like whoop. Imagine haiwezi leak in 50 different movements. Makofi to both babies and Molfix. Renewed Molfix, ultimate quality.
Molfix is renewed. Improved Molfix quality, now in blue package.
This week on the Chama Show.
We decided to form this Chama when we began learning business studies in our class.
A total of, for now we have 107,000 shillings, and that was approved by our chairperson. Yeah.
Okay, since nianze kuwa secretary, no conflict. Lakini kukitokea conflict, I have my records.
Hii chai ni tamu. Yani Brookside Dairy best.
Catch this and more on Sunday at 4:30 p.m.
Where did you come from?
Come with me. So this is where the magic happens. This is for you kids.
Taste the magic with our festive cakes from DPL Festive Bakery. Delight with every bite.
Hii bahari wametuhamisha karibu mara 6.
Nobody expected it.
This was dry land. All the people who lived here, along with any standing structures, have been displaced.
Good morning, class.
The school was not formally here. Because of climate change, it was blown off.
Mpaka sasa bado wanasoma chini ya miti.
I have 20 severe cases of children who have disabilities that is caused by the salinity of the water.
They have to move out of the lake. So anybody who is that place is there illegally.
first fixture of the Elgon Cup 2024 being hosted here in the capital city of Kenya, Nairobi. Currently, Uganda Cranes leading 14-12.
Yes, inside.
Return fixture will be next weekend in Kampala, Uganda, and all to play for in this second half as we look at who will have the ascendancy at the end of this game. First half saw a lot of very strong start from Kenya Simbas, but they drifted off as Uganda came back strongly in the second half of that match, of that first half, eventually leading to the end of it.
Half a meter
Carry
inside,
there.
10 meters and 10.
As the Uganda Cranes set themselves up for the line out, and
Open up here. Open up.
center referee Tinashe Kamwenja from Zimbabwe in his second test is trying to call to order things there. That throw was skewed towards Simba side, but they were not able to take advantage of it.
That's it, yeah.
Cranes just slowly getting into this game, controlling issues as the first half ended there. Now they're back. Retreat. Play for territory here, trying to put their both teams just trying to ensure that they play in the right zones. That's why you see a lot of kicking into each other's halves. This one just goes straight to the try box.
We got 22, right?
Yeah, the big thing is on Toili, and we'll expect that whoever comes off the best side of this one will definitely be the winner of this one.
Behind the kicker.
Because we seem to have gotten back to that situation where, there's test. This is a 14-12 match.
Yeah, and as you can see, Aaron there just pinning back. Instructions are very clear. You can see it from the way they play that we are not playing in our half. And in this case, Kenya was just
straight off your feet.
Just coming into that rack and guilty of just going off feet, feeling the pressure there in that rack. Tinashe just penalizing Simbas for going off feet and stopping a fair contest in that rack. And an opportunity here for the Uganda Cranes to add another 3 points as they elect to go for the posts. Although same script as the first half.
Yeah, this discipline has to be improved. It's something that we talked about at halftime. And see, if you don't use the tactical discipline, and you can see this is a game of inches, it's going to be a problem. In fact, Kenya is a little lucky that 3 penalties down have been missed.
Indeed, Kenya would have been trailing by more points there as the ball sails high and through. Another successful conversion from Shakin Sembusi, the man who took over the kicking duties after the first 2 players were unable to do so. Just ensuring that they start stretching the lead. They start stretching the lead here against Kenya Simbas. Kenya Simbas now really have to change tact here and try and ensure that they are very clinical with ball in hand, finding themselves in a bit of trouble here as we see now coming into play here. Another strong carry from Santos, taking the ball out to the left there, just resetting there, but he comes against a crunching tackle from Griffin Chow.
Was it high or not?
Suspicion of it being high, but looks like a fair legal tackle that brought to a screeching halt. As you see there, Griffin just getting better of his opposite number, Shakin Sembusi. And indeed, the assistant referee calls it for a high tackle, penalty conceded by Kenya Simbas. And they are brought back all the way into their 22.
Yeah, this
warning times here for Kenya Simbas.
This is what we were talking about at halftime. This is what we're...
Roll away, red.
Uganda Cranes carrying it very well into contact there. Aaron just comes up with a move, and his opposite number, Bryson Bariang, just puts him down to deck. Gets penalized for holding on. He isolated himself, and the contest was real on the ground there. Losing and giving possession back to the Simbas. As you watch there, a shot on him by Bariang, and the first arriving player was successful in contesting it. The captain himself, George Nyambua.
Did they confirm it? What is that?
Forwards and so on and so forth, because it's been a bit, I mean, we sort of have lost our way somewhat.
Kenyans lucky with that one, and they're able to get the ball down and start using one of their important weapons, their mauls. Taking it and slowly just going just 10 meters. Indeed, and slowly now referee just penalizes them for bringing down the maul, and will be some yellow card coming through here. Nonetheless, Kenya Simbas referee calls no advantage and brings them back to the spot. Kenya very successful in their maul so far. Cranes just guilty of bringing down the maul, stopping a potential try for the Simbas. What do they do here? Barry puts it into touch, and now Kenya with an opportunity to hit back. If they get this right.
Yeah, that last maul was now a lot more structured, the way we would want Kenya to do their thing. Uganda being forced to bring it down just so that, and we're back there.
Successful line out there, and Kenya at the end of it trying to shove. They're over the try line. Is it gonna be a try, or is it no visibility of the ball there? The referee tries to dig in and see, and finally calls it for a try. The end of it should be Brian Wahinya with a try there for Kenya Simbas. They hit back to draw this game using their most potent weapon so far, the maul.
Yeah, the maul was always going to be one of the go-to facets of play, and it's beginning to show. Wahinya with good eyes there to score for Kenya, what is definitely a critical try.
Yes, and he did. Brian Wahinya coming back to play in his favorite position. He's been parking at fly half for his club for the whole of the last season, being chosen here to take up the number 9 jersey, and he's at the end of that to bring the scores tied 17 all. What a second half that we're looking forward to. Another attempt for the extra 2 points by Timothy Omela, and he's been successful so far with his kicks, quite accurate, as he concentrates there and just takes all the time on the clock.
Looking good.
Looks to be sailing through. The fans are up, an extra 2 points, and Kenya hit the lead in this match 19-7.
This Omela story is a remarkable one. He spent most of last season not playing for his club Oilers, and only came back right at the end for Super Series, and you can see his form is beginning to look good.
Yeah, I mean, if there's anything that will save Kenyans in this particular match, it will be his boot, and they need to put it in good use by ensuring they play in the right territory. Aaron Oforio just kicks us off. Raises the ball high in the sky, and the good reception there. No one got hold of him, and he's off. Ginson Mwisoga goes all the way, rushing tacklers left and right.
Not held.
Good territory gained here by Kenya Simbas as they attack Uganda Cranes short of numbers. If this can be a first ball, then Uganda Cranes will find themselves in trouble, and indeed they are. There's a penalty coming here, but numbers out to the left. No float here and knocked on. It came into the attentions of Robin Philip Odrua, who just got the man and the ball, and it spilled. But there was an advantage for offside after the very quick rucks by Kenya Simba.
Yes, I thought that was a situation for a bit more straight running and commit and pass, and you know, the 1-1, the standard 1-1-1 play. We couldn't execute it, but well, here we are with a penalty, and that may just be what we need to inch our noses ahead.
Yes, Fred Olos, even as we look at the decisions being taken here by Kenya Simbas, and they elect to go for the posts. Substitutions being brought in, changes being ringed around, and coming on for Kenya Simbas. We find Obat Kuke coming in together with Ibrahim Ayo.
What are we doing? Okay.
Manuel Sibudi exits, and Andy Cole, who was on debut straight from the Bathurst Cup with victory and the under-20 fixtures. Good outing for him. But Kuke, the one-man army as is known locally, is coming in to put his shift. Kenya electing to go for the maul, not a surprise, leaving the 3 points.
Not surprising at all. Not surprising at all.
The referee calls to a stop that line out. Just waiting to hear what could have been the problem with that one. I think Uganda was still bringing in changes, substitutions, and Kenyans just were too eager to go for that line out. Changes being made, 3 players coming in for Uganda Cranes. Santos, Senteza just exiting there, together with Jude Juko, the prop and the hooker, together with Asman Mugerwa. Coming in there, of course, Edward Emiemu, Sol Kivumbi, Collins Kimboa. Ugandans keen on just ensuring that they maintain strength in their forwards.
Yeah, Sol Kivumbi has also played his rugby in Kenya, and so...
Come!
Yes, indeed, and Kenyans just repulse a bit there, but they need to be patient with this maul. Looking for numbers to his right there. Makes the decision to go there. Brian Wahinya cuts back in and goes over the whitewash for his second successful try. He identified and made that decision quite early enough. He saw the numbers and the Uganda defense was split. They were outnumbered. And that's when he took advantage and stepped back in for his second try of the game.
Brian Wahinya is having a whale of a time back at his initial position. You can see the instincts are quite right.
And he has the right body frame. He has strength in that body frame to be able to take on the forwards there. Once he stepped back in, the defense was caught napping. No cross-cover defense. It goes down for 5 points.
I'd be happy if you would control these boys a little more. Maybe that's where eventually Onsong is going to make a difference. But as an individual player, he's so far come through for us, and we can expect more of this type of thing, with these snipes around the base, and we haven't seen a lot of that in the Kenyan game lately.
No, we haven't. It's been really a lot of shifting the ball to the decision maker at 10, and it's good to see Brian Wahinya mixing it up at the base of the set pieces, keeping the defenders honest, really.
And here is Omela for the kick.
Sails up and looks like it missed the target, and indeed it has. Scores remain 24-17 to Uganda. And suddenly if you look there, he just identified, caught in 2 minds there. Pius Ogena.
He had Ogena on the step, and there was no recovery.
Yeah.
Now this tip-off is definitely going to be quite important for Kenya.
Yeah. Most of the time you need to steady ship immediately after you scored and hit the front. It's a coach killer when teams just make mistakes immediately after scoring. But in this instance,
use that.
Simbas are able to just steady this rack. As Tinashe, the center referee, calls for a use it. Good kick there by Brian. All the way to Uganda Cranes, who are feeling under pressure here, and they decide to run. They have stopped going for the territory and trying to go back to what worked best for them in the first half. Swing the ball, attacking Kenya's defense, but at a risk of just conceding territory and penalties here, as this rack just comes into slow down, really. Gets held up, and at this point it's going to be a turnover. They do not bring him down early enough. And that started as a maul, unplayable, and Kenya's ball turnover.
Taken in by Black.
Yes, Kenya will definitely be needing more order in the set piece play.
Let's have a scrum here.
As you see there, he's getting marked there by the red shirts. There was no exiting from that alley that he walked into.
Kenya Rugby loves this kind of thing. They call it pocketing. You know.
Indeed, it is.
Crouch! 5!
Scrum down here for Kenya. Brian Wahinya just looks to put it in. Steady one. And at the base of it, strong carry, Jameson Misoga. Determined move, and Chao just steps his man in and out, and is just a rush of blood there, trying not to get out of the pitch with the ball. Throws it in, and
Misoga seems to have come back with a lot of oomph, having been on the Simbi, on the naughty chair. Seems to be making amends. 2 big runs off his kickoff, and now that one.
That's outside. We can play.
Good territory there. Good territory coming in there. And another opportunity for Kenya to go for what worked best for them in this match. Another line out, another ball coming here for the Cranes to defend. Good throw there by, as I said it, and the referee has a different opinion of that throw. Of course, he is at the center of it. Calls it skewed. Kenya lose an opportunity.
The new rules haven't come into play yet. A lot of our Kenyans will be operating as if the rules are on. You still have to throw the ball straight, whether the other guy jumps or not. And there we have Sifuna throwing a skew and therefore losing that big opportunity.
Yeah, a raft of new rules that World Rugby just instituted to ensure there is competition and the game moves faster. Kenyan scrum just guilty of rising up there under pressure. The referee penalizes them, playing advantage for Uganda Cranes, disengaging early, rising up in the scrum, you name it. And Cranes just taking their time, weighing their options here. Do they want to use that penalty, or do they want to stretch Kenyans out? And they wanted to stretch Kenyans out, but ball handling just curtailing their efforts there.
These Cranes, if they get more clinical, there will be issues, I can tell you.
Indeed, and we saw glimpses of that in the first half. At one point, they did almost 12 phases where they kept Kenyans just chasing shadows and committing three successful penalties that led to a yellow card. And you see, if they do that again, there will be trouble. That kick not going out, going for the distance and not getting success out of it. Ball is raised high. At the end of it, Aaron, with just a fancy pass there.
That's a forward for you.
Yeah, he's a colorful character.
Out. Retreat.
Goes for territory there.
Retreat.
Timothy Omela, good kick. Attempt at a 50-22, doesn't get to touch. And both teams now exchanging kicks here. Uganda getting the better of it.
You get this feel that in the international game now, I mean, if you get your kicking right, you're almost certainly going to be the one who gets on the good side of the scoreboard. Yeah?
Indeed, because teams have been, teams are quite adept at attacking for penalties. And once they're in your half and in your territory, you cannot sustain that pressure for a while.
The error always comes.
Yes, the error always comes. The penalty comes in, and you're either chasing the threes on the scoreboard or a try at the end of it. Wild pass there from Walter, just throws it behind his man. Lucky enough, they're able to retain that ball. They need numbers coming into this rack, secure that rack and just exit. Patience is required here, even as we see another strong carry by Kenya at the center of the pitch. Wahinya with a throw out wide. Options there for Omela, and first of the times that we are seeing patient here just to ensure that they exit properly.
Taken back. Stay, freeze.
Barry with a kick there that tests Uganda's back three. They hit back with another up and under.
Keep retreating.
It's face of play now to see who gets punished for what, and Kenya just peeling that ball there. Referee just checking to see if there was an offside in that. Kenyans just survived that one. Another charge down. The game coming loose here. Big hit, big collision there. Walter teaming up
get back
to dish one big hit on the Ugandan attackers.
Get back. Get back. Get back.
Both teams just trying to look for mistakes in the defense, and strong carry there coming in from Sydney. Retains possession well and pumping his legs there, trying to get some more meters for his team.
Roll away, Black.
It's a game of the forwards now. They carry and just look to open up. Another fancy pass that doesn't go to hand, but surviving that one. Robin Phillip with the ball. Game now just slowly but surely being consolidated around Kenya's half here. Uganda now going through the paces, creating several faces here. Slowly just coming into Kenya's 22, approaching Kenya's 22, and good contest there, but the referee calls it back after a long face of play. Fred Olos.
Yeah, I mean, you get this feel that Uganda is slowly going to getting back their shape. They seem to be keeping the possession for quite a while, and this is leading to errors.
Yeah, as you see in the pictures there, former chairman Mzee Mwangi, the current chairman Sasha Mutai, back to the days when he oversees several of these Elgon Cup matches during his reign.
They work together with the chairman being Mwangi and Sasha being the sevens director, so
yeah,
this is familiar territory.
True. And Uganda deciding to go for the 3 points just to reduce this gap back to 4. And lining the kick up is Shakim Sembusi, so far successful with 2 kicks. And it drifts off to the right, missing this long-range effort.
If there's one thing that Uganda will have to do in the coming week is to spend time with their kicking. So that if Kenya's discipline remains at the same level, then definitely we are seeing a situation in which there will be trouble with the Ugandan fans behind.
Yes, coming on to play now. Substitutions here. John Nkubu has been out on a break but came back for the training. Never saw him in the local Kenya 7th circuit, but he's back. And also coming in, going out Barry Young and Brian Wahinya, the pairing, the halfback pairing, going out, and John Kubu comes in together with the evergreen John Onsomo, who had a fantastic Super Series.
Yes, I mean, this is probably, I mean, we spoke with Walter during halftime, and I was saying that one of the things that Kenya needs to do is to get their halfback pairing taking care of the game.
Indeed, and as we know, Uganda Cranes recover that kick. No calling, no communication in that high ball, and Uganda Cranes get territory. A bit of chat back there to the referee, and Tinashe penalizes Kenya, gives another extra 10 meters to Uganda Cranes. They're not waiting for anything, they're taking it and going. Quick tap and go. They carry it strong there, strong carry there by Collins Kimboa. Goes in, the ball goes out wide, and they're trying to attack at the center of the field there. Good defense.
Release now, tackle.
Kenya just communicating and putting their defensive structures in place here. Ball is turned over, but it was knocked on. as he attempted to go for the steal in that rack.
You get the feel that Kenya got lucky there with a not 10, because typically that tends to be a penalty and a yellow card. Kenya got lucky there.
Yeah, and you see the damage is still there, as you see Aaron Oforo was getting treatment of the picture of your screens there as the referee walks back to it. That was the tap and go, and Kenya just survived that call. Should have been penalized for not going 10.
Yeah, there was that on Somu.
It was out. You guys did not protect the right. That ball went out. Try to pick it and not get it.
And you see there replays of just Bart Kuke with the feel of the ball. Very strong ball carrier. Packing in at number 8. This defensive scrum. Uganda with an opportunity here to spread the ball out wide. Center pitch. Center pitch scrums are normally very tricky.
You will remember that glorious try that they had in first half. Kenya will be hoping that we don't do any of that missed tackling.
Yes, and a steady scrum, and they're trying to go for the penalty. If it doesn't work, they will swing it out, and definitely going all the way here. It might be a penalty try. The referee plays advantage as they swing it out wide. The pass is not going to hand, but he steps his man and scores. Uganda Cranes hit back 5. Robin Philip, the debutant for Uganda Cranes, just stood his defender there inside, then went out. Just 5 meters, he stretched and scored for Uganda's third try of this match. Look at it there, just punishes Alfred Orege for looking at him and staring at him.
Yes, I mean, I have a soft spot for these wingers who, in tight spots, they still manage to close the score for you. This is turning out to be quite the match.
Yeah, and indeed, Uganda not going away in this match. 24-22 with a conversion to come. Shakim Sembusi. Getting distracted here and cut calls all over from the fans, but skews it to the right here, misses the conversion. Scores remain 24-22 in favor of Kenya, but can't tell where this one is going. Just look at him, in, out, and stretches and scores. Trusting your inside defense.
Orege must close the outside space. He must close the outside space and leave the inside defenders to catch up.
Should have trusted his inside defense.
Yeah, he really is. He really needed to trust his inside defense.
Nonetheless, John Nkubu starts us off with a restart high into the skies, well recovered by the Cranes. The wild pass that creates pressure here. If Simbas can turn over this ball, it looks like they will. Ref just communicating to Simba's players to roll away. The tackler in this case, the Kenya Simba players, not rolling away in the tackle, but again the ball was in the air, being unplayable.
Yeah, ref is calling a team going forward on the back. Sometimes you just have to accept the ref's decision. I think he's controlled this well, considering that it is his second test.
Yes, indeed, second test. But you will need to know it. He's done well so far. No contested goals, and most teams playing well under his guidance. Breaking play here as medical checks. One of the players who got injured there, as we look at Kenya head coach Jerome Powers, still doing that opportunity to go to the World Cup with Kenya back in the 2015 World Cup.
Oh man, I remember that one where we had to just draw a match or actually win within 7 points. And
lose within 7 points, and some very favorable mathematics, but ended up losing that match. It was shocking. The closest we ever come to going for the World Cup.
In the later stages, we can check.
But he's back here. He's back here together with Carlos and trying to chart the path back for Kenya into the contest to qualify for the next World Cup.
All right,
this year
a discussion to get.
All right, he's gonna get a replacement. He's coming. All right, black ball going forward.
So exiting play here after an injury. Looks like is it Eugene Sifuna or Wilhite Mususi?
I want to confirm that the prop was coming back.
Just got a bit injured there and has to exit play. Ephraim Oduor comes back in for a specialist role, tight head role. That substitution is normally allowed just to keep the game steady.
Tinashe doesn't seem too sure.
They say he can come back. They say he can come back. Turbo confirmed.
He's a pro.
Yeah, I think the match officials at the touchline have allowed it. So
red zone.
We go ahead. The scrum down in favor of Uganda Cranes. They are defending this one just some 6 meters, 7 or so away from their try line.
All right, we got it.
Conrad Wanyama with a put in there, and Onsomu being a nuisance just takes tackles his man, tackles the Sydney Gogondio who took the ball from the base of that rack, injecting some energy. Samson Onsomu just went for him, caught him, and immediately Nyambua was on it, and that sealing coming from the side and sealing.
What are we doing?
Defensive scrums can make that happen, you know. As we have an option taken here by the Simba's team, John Nkubu straight into the kicking duties. They elect to go for the 3 points just to create some buffer, some 5-point buffer. With 10 minutes to go.
You must always make those little sort of battles count. Yeah. When Onsomu has just become a nuisance right there, and definitely, you know, don't gamble. Don't go and, you know, chase the 5 points. Take the 3 points. Take the contact, the possession.
Looking good.
Kubu successful with that conversion. Adds 3 points to it and just stretches Kenya's lead. Uganda now with 10 minutes to go. We need to score a try, if only to tie the match. And now this, as we said again, this restart is going to be crucial for Kenya here. They have to possess it and they have to exit. Otherwise Uganda will punish them. Ball raised high and properly recovered there.
What is it? Last week, last week.
By Hilary Odhiambo. And Somu now just directing traffic here.
Last week.
Looks to take the kick himself.
All right, use the red.
The base of that
Taken back.
Gives it to Nkubu.
Stay back, retreat.
Nkubu raises it high into the waiting hands of Shakim Sembusi, who now decides to counter-attack. Carries the ball with numbers out to his left, but a wild pass that pins them back, creates pressure for the Cranes.
Release. Last week,
Again, just going out wide, another knock on there. Cranes feeling the pressure here, just trying to play more rugby, but under pressure.
This is just a matter of, I mean, that was like 5v2. Come on, just straight running and passing. Basic skills. This is what we've been talking about all the while. That must improve, you know. There was no rocket science there or sly or smart running. No,
all right, guys, let's have it. We only have 30 seconds.
Commit pass.
And that just shows you the state of mind for the Uganda Cranes. Just trying to chase this game, trying to do things faster, and trying to do it with intensity, but execution and being clinical around the basics always sets up the better foundation. So cool minds required here for the Cranes to come back into this one. That scrum just looking steady there for the Simbas.
Stay bound in 5.
Trying to drive for a penalty here. And Somu just gives out the ball to Kubu, runs straight, and what a harsh pass as he was cutting back in Walter and unable to. Just some loose play here and there from both teams. Kubu being over exuberant in that, with the whistle already gone.
22.
That might put him into trouble. That might put him into trouble, especially with the assistant referee's call. The whistle had already gone. He didn't need to do that. He just got himself into the radar of the referee.
I'm going to penalize you for that.
And Tinashe just penalizes him for that. Kubu just that's
you get the
some
sense.
Of, yeah,
you
some
get the
of
sense
the
that he's lucky again.
Yeah,
we've gotten lucky there. Unnecessary.
He tends to be very petulant, you know, with the way he plays, and he gets really, you know, excited a bit, and in this case he costs Kenya possession
and territory.
And territory brings Uganda right back into Kenya's territory. You see here, he was already out. Ref had called, and just goes and you know, shoves a knee into his face also. Just puts himself into trouble. These are some of the things he needs to work on. When things are going well for your team, you don't need to
10 meters.
Make them backtrack. Successful throw in there from the line out for Cranes. They carry it slowly but surely at the center of the pitch there.
Let's hit there.
Nyama takes it back to the left where they have numbers.
Advantage black.
Straight running and offloading. Patient game here again. Worrying times here for Kenya as Cranes just make it into their 22.
Release now. Let's hit here.
Patient play here, which is a worry for Kenya. Quick tap and go, and he caught it and he's going. But the referee calls him back. Offside called there. Alfred Orege, who's been very quiet in this game, had the
opportunity to come alive.
Number 12.
He saw the whitewash there making 75 plus meters, but there's an advantage for an offside and also another one for a neck tackle. The referee calls them back.
I think there was a bit of gamesmanship also. I mean, setting the ball away and
yeah,
a bit of gamesmanship.
Yeah.
Even after the whistle, he kept running. So
yeah, trying just to get into the minds of the Uganda players, and they elect to go for the 3 points. If this goes through, it will be a nail-biting last 5 minutes or so, and this is a change in kickers again. Uganda really changing kickers.
Looking good.
Sails through the posts. Uganda closing the gap. Just 2 points between them and Kenya. Makes an interesting last 4 minutes.
Yes, I mean, and remember, Uganda's interest is just to make sure that they finish within the distance, because now will have to be a decider in Kampala, and that's always something that the home team is looking forward to. So that's why they are conservative. They won't do any of this, you know, trying to play from the edges or anything like that. They just want to say, let's keep this close, and if you don't win,
yeah. And remember, the Elgon Cup is won on aggregates. It's won on aggregate, and every point matters. Every point counts. And if they leave here with just 2 points, a 3-point win in Uganda is all they need.
Yes.
And Uganda is a really hard, difficult hunting ground for Kenya Simbas.
All right, what we got?
Tough place to win.
Yeah. A missed kick there, didn't go 10. Ceding territory, ceding possession to the Cranes, just what they didn't need. Even as we see in your pictures there, Griffin Musila coming in for Eugene Sifuna at hooker. Now, needs to have this steady. Eugene not in your pictures there, limping out of the pitch.
5 minutes to go.
Got himself.
All right, are we good to go? Crouch! Bind! Set!
Kenya need to repossess this one. They can put in pressure on this scrum.
5 meters.
But the Cranes are very steady in their scrum. Ball is out to their left here, and they're coming in at pace. Tackled there by the Kenyan defense. Setting themselves up to play in Kenya's half. Being patient around it, just managing the clock here. Kubu initiating a counter-attack. That ball is out. Good pressure play there. Good pressure on the racks. Needs to roll away there. They still get penalized. Uganda, you get the sense they're just running down the clock here. Pretty looking comfortable with what they have so far. Hilary Odambo has to roll away there. They come again to the 11, just playing at gear 1, really, not no intensity, moving from one pod to the next one and resetting. Kenyans need to be alive to what the Ugandans are doing here. They need to turn over this ball. Numbers out to the left as he takes the gap and he goes. Good running there by Yasin Waswa. Gets mowed down by Samson Osombo on cross-cover defense. But they have gained a lot of meters here. They are some 10 meters shy of Kenya's 22. Another penalty here and Kenyans will lose this match. They need to be alive to the fact that these are worrying times. Good contest there by Ephraim Oduor. Isolating himself, Brian Wandera isolated himself there. And Oduor went for the steal and got it. What do they do here, Fred Olos?
No, they have to go for touch and far.
Let's have it.
As you look there, Wandera just goes on deck and sealing happened there, even as Ephraim Oduor tried to contest for that. Kubu needs to just put this one as much close as possible as he can to Uganda's try line. Not a bad kick that one.
Decent, very decent. So the sort of things that Kubu does for you, I mean, when he's not costing you penalties.
Indeed. He has a good sure boot on him. Very educated.
All right, hold.
And that lineup will also be instructive. Look at this field that Uganda have shown up today.
Yeah, indeed they have. If you look at it, it's not a bad place they are in at this time in the game.
Satisfying. That's
as you see also Conrad Wanyama, scrummer for Cranes, comes out a few minutes to go.
Look at yourself. Straight off your feet. Get on your feet. Straight off
Kenya
your feet.
again just guilty of not taking care of their ball, just sealing. No contest, just go straight to deck. Stops a fair contest from the Cranes and turns over possession.
Yeah, that error has happened a lot in this game. People not staying on their feet. The breakdown penalties will definitely worry Parwater and his team.
Yeah, as you can see, it's very animated with Carlos there, just discussing about was it the call or was it the execution of that defense on the rack. Nonetheless, Uganda now just into Kenya's territory.
All right, let's have it.
And Kenyans need to be very disciplined here. They cannot afford to give a penalty. That's a skewed ball for sure. And spotted by Tinashe, who gives Kenya with the possession there.
Line out.
Very important for Kenya just to get out of, see if they can get any points out of these remaining few minutes, but they have a lot to do being in their own half. They will need to be very clinical.
They need to get territory of this more or less last play.
This could be the last movement.
And a proper chase.
This could be the last movement.
Just get a good up and under proper chase and pin Uganda.
The ref has called the final movement, so let's see what happens.
I think they'll kick it out and take the win.
Yeah? You live to fight another day.
You live to fight another day.
Set! Hold it! Hold!
Onsomu now with the ball in his hands and puts it in well. The scrum has to be steady, and Onsomu clearly just they're gonna kick it out, walk it out, run it out, whatever the case. Kubu does so. The game comes to an end. Kenya Simbas emerging victorious here, 27-25. Uganda losing, but this is only the first half of the Elgon Cup. There is a return leg, a decider match in Kampala in another week's time, where Uganda will look at just a simple win of 3 points plus. Fred.
Yeah, I mean this. I mean, I called a 2-score win. We have a 1-score win and a final now to play in Uganda. This will be quite the match. And the fans will be flipped. They'll be the other way around. You can see the Ugandans actually silenced the Kenyan supporters. So let's see how the return match plays out.
Indeed, we will do so, and we look forward to seeing how you there, if you're able to travel and make it there to support the Kenya Simbas as we renew rivalries here with the full-time scores 27-25. Kenya Simbas emerging victorious in this. It's been a good day of rugby. It's been a fantastic day. And at the end of it all, rugby is the winner as Kenya.
You never go wrong with a test match. There's always something. There's always a new script written in every test match. And now you can see 27-25 with Uganda actually playing some really, really good things in there. You get the feel that we have a real contest that will happen in Kampala.
Indeed, it is one to look forward to. And we know that most Kenyans travel well for these matches. Even as you see the shots there, players just congratulating each other for the nice game that we've witnessed today. We thank you all for joining in. We wish you all the best for those who travel as we come over down to Uganda.
Wish everyone journey masses and those.
Do we sign off, Director? Thank you. Thank you, Fred Olos. Been with me, Elijah Toili, even as we wind this down. We look forward to another round of games next weekend. Yes, and indeed, as you see there, finally, the stats brought in by Abel Tisini. Try scored there in favor of Kenya Simbas, 4-3. The story of the day, the penalties conceded. Kenya Simbas with a whooping 16 penalties against Uganda Cranes 10. Surviving, not being punished for that. But also just pointing to how Uganda Cranes have been able to keep ball and force penalties out of Kenya Simbas. But in all, what matters most is the final score, 27-25. And that is what we carry on the next weekend. Look forward to seeing you there. And we look forward to seeing you there even as we wait to see trophy presentation on your screens.